All of you on a Sunday morning. I'm Swati from PharmaState Academy and very eager to learn on this topic, key account management. Even after working for 5 to 6 years in pharma in PharmaState Academy, this topic has been left untouched, and I am as clean slated as you on this topic. I also don't know what key account management is. So today we will learn about the fundamentals of key account management, and we are also going to host more sessions on key account management, going ahead with the complexity, with the more information, more specific information on key account management. So to start with, let us start with a poll. How are you feeling today? So Satish, please let us put up a poll how the team is feeling today. Please answer the question. Awesome, fine, not good, or are you stressed?
You can just put whatever you are actually feeling. Don't be more formal. Great. Wow, more participation. We require more participation. Come on. Yes. Show how are you feeling today. Awesome and excited to learn. Very nice to see. Fine. That is also good. At least no one has put not good. This is really nice to see.
One person is stressed. So to that person who is stressed, we will try to lessen your stress. Please focus. Please leave your stress and focus here so that it is good for you, for your health also. Do not take undue stress on yourself. So let's close the poll, Satish. We have the answer, fine, and awesome and excited to learn. And thank you for participating in this poll. So, yeah.
Yes. So we also wanted to know you are excited to learn on this topic, key account management. So we are launching one more poll to know, have you ever attended any session on key account management earlier? A live session like this, which is happening today. Have you ever attended? Please participate. Great. Either select yes or no, please. Okay, still 80% no and 20% yes. Great. So it's mostly coming on 80-20. So 80% no. So most of the professionals who have joined Swati have not attended a session on this. And I think it is a demand or a requirement, a need of the hour for the pharma to learn this very, very important and niche subject. And as institutional business is gaining momentum, it has been a big, revenue generator for the company. So yes, professionals should learn it, and we are bringing it in a very professional way. So I'm sharing the result. It's around 80-20. So here is the result of the poll. So around 80% have not attended a session like this, and 20% have attended. So whoever has attended, you can also input whatever your knowledge is there so that we can have a common mutual learning here on this platform.
Yes, so that is the right way to do it. 80%, almost approximately 80% have not attended any session on key account management, but there are 20 people out of 100 who have done so. So in case you also want to add it to the knowledge base that is going to be shared here, you're most welcome to do. So let us start where we have been. PharmaState Academy has been creating a lot of videos for you. So before starting, I'll just share something with you. We were busy creating the platform Humans of Pharma for you. And here, why we were doing it, because we get a lot of questions regarding career progression, regarding the challenges or what a student or a professional will face when he joins in some role or joins a company. So we were busy creating life journeys, career journeys of people from pharma, seniors, stalwarts from pharma. So you will see Dr. Sanjeev Lamba, you can access Mr. Salil Kalyanpur's, even our own Mr. Pradeep is there on this Humans of Pharma platform, and we have been creating a lot of Humans of Pharma videos for you, so that without accessing any other knowledge source and wasting your time, you can simply listen to these interviews which talk about the journeys, the challenges, the opportunities they received, even their personal side. We have asked them to share in these videos. So you can have access to Ms. Zena, Dr. Sanjeev and such, Mr. Hariram Krishnan, Mr. Prashant Menon, Dr. Narendra Chirmule, and Mr. Pradeep Aoun. So you will see a lot of stalwarts here who have given their interviews, and you can access it. This is what we were doing for the last 3 months, to bring you a complete repository of life experiences in pharma. And before we proceed ahead, one more announcement. It has been done at social media, but in live session, we have introduced our new tagline, from you to you plus. And we are there in your journey from you to you plus, whether you are a student, you are a professional, or you are a company, pharmaceutical company, who wants to, add to their skill, add to their knowledge, want training in becoming a plus person. We are there for you. So that is a short explanation of what we did with our tagline. Without wasting more time, let me just introduce our educator for today on this important topic, key account management. We have with us Mr. Pradeepkumar Shukla. He has been in healthcare sales for approximately 2 decades now, and is majorly into pharmaceutical sales and marketing. So 20 years of sales and marketing experience. He has been around 12 years into key account management itself. So you are actually hearing today from an expert in key account management, and approximately 7+ years into heading strategy and division for key accounts, or everything in key account management. He worked with many top MNCs like Eli Lilly, Boston Scientific, Sanofi, and also worked and led the team for major Indian companies like McLeod's, Cadila, and more. Currently, he is heading the institutional business team for Aishwarya Group. He is on a mission to make positive impact in sales people's life by sharing his experiences and helping them to lead better, happy, and successful life. He believes in unlearn, learn, and relearn. This is the time when it is required. We have to unlearn our old habits and develop newer culture in ourselves itself. The market is changing very rapidly, and we need to change ourselves accordingly to remain fit into the market and ahead of our people, other people. So that is in short that I wanted to say about Mr. Pradeep. You will yourself interact with him and know about him, and talk about. Please keep the questions relevant to this topic. That is one request I'll put at the start itself. So the way we hold these sessions, first of all, would be a very short introduction presentation on key account management by Mr. Pradeep. Then I have few questions already collated for him. 4 questions I'm going to ask, and if required more or less, as seeing the time as it goes by. And then we will open the session for our participants to ask questions and interact directly with Mr. Pradeep. I hope we are clear on how the session is going to progress. So please be with us and let us all learn about key account management. Over to you, Mr. Pradeep, to take us forward.
Hi Swati, good morning, and good morning to all of you. I really appreciate taking out on Sunday, some time on Sunday for yourself is really great. This talks a lot about each individual. Let's say around 198 I can read on the screen, 199 now. Excellent, good that. And I am very excited to share my experiences on key account management, and I strongly believe that this would be able to help you all to accelerate your career in the right direction and help you to grow little much faster than the other your colleagues or the other people in the market. Next, around close to 30-35 minutes or 25 minutes, we'll focus more on the understanding the key account, what exactly lies, what we need to be careful, how this key account, how this has evolved. And currently, the way we are moving forward in the industry, majorly in the pharmaceutical, this is going to the future, and what is the reason behind it. And then I also thankful to the entire team of PharmaState Academy for giving this opportunity, because as shared by Swati, I am on a mission. Whatever, let's say, every salesperson or any successful salesperson have some kind of a journey. I would like to share my experiences with everyone whomsoever like possible, to ensure that I help and do the positive impact in their life, so they can be like grow in their career. I also carry a mission and vision to ensure that slowly people they take pharma sales as the career opportunity. Today, somehow sales is not a career opportunity, is an not an first option. This is the last option. But trust me, the way we interact more and then we'll interact more on the future sessions, you'll be able to learn that, and slowly I'm able to infuse confidence in you. Sales is also one of the good profession. This gives you much opportunities. So now moving forward, let me just share my screen, and then that's very interactive. So we'll be discussing on this. One second. So this is what it is. So let's say this only hardly like 8 to 9 slides. I have tried to make it very interactive. So this very crisp, and you should be able to get some idea about it, and then will be more in terms of discussion than the visual presentation. So let us talk about a little bit on the industry, what we are discussing today, and then what opportunity is that. As you know that India is an hub of a pharmaceutical, right? So slowly the data says that, as per the data published in 22 December, by 2030, the industry is going to be around $130 billion. This talks about if the industry grows, there's a huge opportunity that is going to come on everyone's way, even in the sales as well. The majority what India contributes to the global, we are known as the largest exporter of generic medicines. And we from India is around 40% of generic demand of US and UK, 40% of US and 25% of UK gets fulfilled by India. And then entire globe knows that what contribution India has given in COVID, that's known to everyone. So it says that industry as such, pharma industry in India is going to give a tremendous growth journey, going to be registered in next around 4 or 5 years. Now the major, why there's a big opportunities, we have got 3,000 plus companies currently operating in India. We have 10,000 plus manufacturing units. The major hubs like Hyderabad, Ahmedabad, Mumbai, then Baddi, then Sikkim. There's a couple of cities. So few places, these are the manufacturing hubs. Few places you see that there's an head offices of the pharma companies like Mumbai, Ahmedabad. So there's enough job opportunities are getting created. Okay, now let us understand why this is key account. So if I strongly understand, and then whomsoever is from sales background, they can correlate. The day you join industry and try to become a sales professional, people they say that customer is king and you need to treat him like that. But I sometimes wonder, is it actually true? It's not always, right? Every customer cannot be the king. So how we design, how we say that he's a king? So it depends a lot on the potential. It depends a lot on the acceptance or positivity. It depends a lot on the responses either way from the customer side. It depends a lot on their payment timely. Sometimes the customer is good, but he's not paying on time to the organization or the company and taking a year, then he doesn't become a good customer. So there's a lot of differentiation, right, between the customer and then customer who becomes a king. So potential matters a lot. Anywhere you go, potential matters a lot. So that way for key account as well. So let's assume, and then I tried to correlate this concept with the banking. So it is nothing to do with the bank, it's a banking concept. So listen, you and your friend, you enter in a bank and you hold a very privileged premium account with the bank. And the treatment what you get there, you have a dedicated relationship manager working for you. You have got a single desk where all your query gets resolved. You get a lounge access where you sit, and then your relationship manager comes and takes all your query and gives a solution. Your friend holds a normal bank account. It's not the privileged one. He needs to go to the counter to counter. Every desk he needs to stand in queue. Reason being, because you are in key account, you are an HNI customer, or you are a very high valued customer for that bank. Same way for us as well, this very, very important how you differentiate and you identify your key account. Key account means you have got a limited energy, you have got a limited resource. You really want to put that resource and energy behind some kind of an account customer, some kind of a high value customer where you can get a good ROI, return on investment, and also of your investment, time, money, effort, and everything. So it's very, very critical on the selection part. So let us see why this is very, very relevant and from where this has come. So if you remember, like anyone in this group who has been like either a medical rep or started a career as a medical rep long back, let's say 20, 25, 30 years back, can correlate. Initially, the entire procurement was in doctor based. So doctor hold a clinic run by the doctor or OPD setup run by the doctor, and they used to probably prescribe, and then next chemist, there's a product is available and then buy. Slowly, in tier 2, tier 3 cities and also the upcoming cities started having a mini clinics, small setup, let's say 10-bedded hospital, 50-bedded hospital, nursing homes, and they started negotiating, and then there's a procurement. But still, it was not so well organized. It was more a fragmented one. Then slowly, there is a specialty clinic started, hospital started coming up, saying the children hospital, there's a gynae hospital. So one patient has got a 3-4 problem, needs to go to the multiple hospital to get that treated. Then this evolved, and we started seeing the multi-specialty hospitals under one roof. You get all kind of a treatment, diagnostics, and everything. And then as the time progresses and this hospitals became much bigger, the negotiation also went up. Then you had a multi-stakeholder relationship, right? Let's say one hospital is equal to 100 nursing home. So there you had to manage 100 nursing homes to get little more business, or let's say manage your relationship. Slowly at one hospital, there were multiple stakeholders. Then stakeholder, they evolved in the decision-making process. You have got user like your doctor. Then you have got admin head like a CEO or CEO of the hospital. You have got a marketing head, you have got a finance head, admin head. They all decide. So they came up in a committee kind of a concept, saying that for every decision, there'll be a committee. Slowly, then it evolved a little bit more, and we started seeing the group of hospitals. Let's say Apollo Hospital, Fortis, Max, Medanta, Paras, Ruby. So chain of hospitals started, where the hospitals are more in number, but decision-making centers are really limited for the hospital to run it. Parallelly, government also started a lot of government initiative on the healthcare. Like we saw that biggest reform in any healthcare model is Ayushman Bharat, where now 50% of Indian population, which are more of the BPL, are actually under some kind of a cover of insurance. So they also, those patients also started going to these hospitals. And then there's a lot of reimbursement like a railway hospital, and the payer-based procurement also started happening like defense and coal and sale, multiple places. Then this model evolved, saying that we also need to, let's say earlier, one medical rep or a salesperson used to promote the product to a doctor, but slowly and develop the expertise on a product promotion, but not much into the account management, stakeholder management, financial management, negotiation. It was not there much. So slowly time evolved and saying that no, the rep or the medical rep needs to evolve as a key account manager. So few chosen one like me took this path and say that no, let me learn, let me experiment it, let me go out in the field, start learning and become a key account manager. And key account manager tagline looks like to be a manager. It's not like it's all about the people manager. It says that there is a key account. Key is what? Key, you use it to open something. Same way, you become a key for the company to open the door for the opportunity and manage the stakeholders. So this is what it is about the key account management. So what this says that, so what it takes to become a good key account manager and how this model goes overall. So this like that you first, as we discussed, understanding the key account need. It's very, very important. You need to understand what hospital, what the purchase head, what the CEO, what the marketing head of the hospital is looking for. They may sometimes look for a long-term association. Sometimes they look for a negotiated good product pricing. Sometimes they look for a supply, but you need to understand. Sir, if you look at first classroom training, you must have attended if you are in a sales job. So company has got a methodology to treat or that train. So they give training and uniform training. But once you hit the market, once you hit the hospital, once you go meet the purchase head, meet the chemist, meet the doctor, you realize classroom training have a limitation. The training at the ground, at the battlefield is very, very important. So we need to understand what my customer needs. Then based on that, you define a strategy. Let's say there's a hospital X, they need a supply on time, they need some credit days, they need a uniformity of good products. So then you need to come back, coordinate with your supply chain team for the product supply, coordinate with the account team for the finances, coordinate with your training team to do the training to their nurses and then doctors, coordinate with your marketing team to drive the scientific symposia or scientific meetings for that hospital. So you become the one window contact for that hospital and your company, and start getting your company resources and tagging to the hospital. So you start developing the relationship, strengthening it for the longer business connect. Then engage key accounts with the multiple ways, the what we discussed now. Then measure the result. Yes, what is happening on the ROI. So you design the strategy, take the help from your internal stakeholders, do something great for the external stakeholders, and put up the system to exactly look at the improvisation or the outcome. Outcome is pretty very critical and important. So this is what it is goes. So if you look at the right hand side, there's a two desk, right? One says that hungry to win. The biggest mistake what we make in key account management, day one we land in any big key account, we think that no, there's a big hospital, I need to get my business done, sell some kind of a product, but this doesn't go this way. We need to understand, we need to be hungry to do what winning requires. So we need to be hungry to understand our customer. We need to be hungry to understand and building the relation in a long run. Give a best of your services and create a winning mindset, which is equally very, very important, being a good key account manager. Now, what it takes, it doesn't take much. It doesn't take much in terms of your time. It just takes your proactiveness. It takes your positivity. So what says that be true to yourself and your key account stakeholders. So always look at the long run. Whatever you are communicating or committing to the key account stakeholders, be true to that, stick to that. Check with your company what you can do, what you cannot do. Based on that, only you commit. Don't commit for a smaller version. Then understand the complex decision-making process. So every key account decision-making is a little longer. Even if you think about your own company, wherever you are working, or you may be working, or future you must be working somewhere, you can understand a decision-making is a group decision that happens in a corporate accounts. It's not a single user-driven or a finance-driven or a HR-driven decision. Know your purpose. Purpose is very simple. You want to win. You want to do more sales. That's true. 100% true. But at the same time, purpose should be to win the key account, maintain a long-term relationship with them, have a long-term winning relationship, which is a win-win situation for key account as well and company as well. Focus on building than selling. So focus on more building relation, focus more on building the company image, focus more on building the credentials. Because once you are there in the account or in the hospital or the chain of the hospital or government setup, they know that you are here for some business. Balance between the short term and long term. So you get the quick wins, balance accordingly, and work more on a long-term outcome, some kind of a partnership program along with them. Also work on a turnaround time response. Usually sometime what happens, we make small tiny mistake. Then let's say that the discussion happened and then some query by the hospital, we say that I'll come back to you. Come back to you doesn't work out in the key account management. You need to be very, very precise and specific. Say that I'll come back to you in next 5 days. I'll come back to you by tomorrow evening. And you ensure that you come back to them with a proper solution. Sometimes if you don't have solution, try to buy out little more time, but don't run away. Dedication and then involvement is equally important. You need to be committed to your key account. You need to be involved. Their challenge is your challenge for your company. This is how the key account business runs. Now, same way for key account management, every stakeholder is king and important. So be it a purchase manager, be it a doctor, be it anyone and everyone involved in the decision-making process at the key account is important, and we should treat them as a king. Then your key account will become a king and deliver a little more for the company and then you. So this is something I thought of before putting this. I'm sure you must have seen that anywhere you go to big mall, wherever you go, it says that take care of your belongings. Management will not be responsible for any loss, right? Same way, a key account is your own belonging. Nobody will be responsible if you destroy your relationship. So take care of your key accounts, ensuring that this is a valuable thing for your career, You are going to learn a lot from them. You're going to develop relationship, and you're also going to earn out of, because you'll be doing good sales. You'll be working well with them. Customer will be happy, company will be happy, and end of the day will also be happy. You can look for more incentive, more reward from your employer. So every key account needs to be taken care well, as we take care of our valuable things. So this was overall on the presentation side. So I thought I'll keep it very crisp, very simple, and then very topic to the point, and hope that you could get some idea from this presentation. Key account is all about being with them, living for them, working on the solution, being genuine, being committed, timely response, and keep learning. Also keep updated yourself about the industry, what's happening, so you can connect well with your key account people. So this was on the presentation side. Over to you, Swati. So I thought to share this with everyone.
Thank you, Mr. Pradeep. In brief, you have told us what is a key account management. There will be many questions because this topic is new, and we will, we will have to have patience to answer all the questions that will come. Asking all, our participants also to put in more questions in chat box, so that we can, ask Mr. Pradeep and clear the confusion around key account management. In very simple terms, Mr. Pradeep, can you let us know that key account management role is more related to pharma sales only, or does it has a hint of pharma marketing also?
So key account per se is not actually only about the pharma sales. Key account management even is all about involving the all internal stakeholders. So I'll tell you, let's say there is a key account, the pharma salesperson is only becomes the face, and he can get the queries, questions, and opportunity on the table for internal discussion. But satisfying the need of the key account, developing the relationship, working very closely with them, and adding the value, because there are a lot of pharma companies, like what we say 3,000 plus. But if he or she or an individual company wants to be different from the other companies, so it's all about the value addition. Pricing always doesn't play much role. It's all about the value addition. And India is a very emotional country, you know that. So the pharma marketing has got a huge role to play, because customer engagement, customer connect, or driving any therapy focused initiative, which is a core roles and responsibility of a marketing person, is very relevant. So marketing should equally be responsible in driving the very specific therapy focused, product focused activities, doing a lot of programs with the key account to build the confidence. And just to nutshell, to summarize that, pharma marketing is equally important to maintain the relation and develop the key accounts. So it can say that 50% responsibility with the salesperson, 50% with the marketing, ably supported by other departments like your medical and then legal and everyone as per the need arises.
Okay, thank you so much for giving this clarity, because this is a new topic and I want simple basic concepts to be cleared in at least this session for all of us.
If you allow me just one thing to add, I'm sorry to interrupt in between. Even if I talk about the marketing folks, right? The job responsibility of a marketing folk is all about developing the market, making entry to the new market, developing the therapy segment and then area. Same way, a key account is one market for them. So they need to take up the responsibility to develop that.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you for giving this clarity. After your presentation, I can see that you have mentioned that it's a long-term approach to building business, right? And in your experience as key account manager in the pharmaceutical industry, how has a thorough understanding of your customers' business? Means, is it important that we understand customers' business a lot, or even some information will do? So how has a thorough understanding of your customers' business and challenges contributed to your effectiveness in managing key accounts? If you can give us an example, that will help. Like some client of yours or some account of yours was facing some problem, and you understood that problem. and created some solution for them.
So I'll tell you something is always there, right? People, they say that know your customer, KYC. So anywhere, when you go to bank, people, they say that give me your Aadhaar card and then PAN card, know your KYC. If you don't do your KYC, your account will be dormant. Same way, know your customer is true holds for key account as well. Not everything related to your, let's say, in any key account, what a pharma company will be interacting with, right? Pharma company will be interacting more with the purchase guys. Pharma company will be interacting more with the therapy committee and then doctors. Pharma company or healthcare company would be interacting more with the nurses and then some admin staff. So if you know their challenges, if you know their problem, is equally important for successful long-term sustainable relationship and then growth. Let's to give you one very relevant example. So one of the hospital was very new in my area and I started managing from day one in Mumbai. They were facing a challenge in terms of there's a good facility, but at the same time, you also need to get the good patient load so the patient can access the excellent facility or world-class facility and you can provide the treatment. So I discussed with their marketing team. We created a group of the doctors and we started doing a lot of programs or awareness programs in nearby societies and area. And this was more of doing the and making them aware. Usually India, the challenge is that, and then not only India, I believe there's a problem with other countries, but India may be a little more relevant. So people, they do not go to hospital unless until it is extremely comes to a critical and ambulance level. So we go to a general practitioner and then we drag it for 1 month, 2 months, try to take some OTC medicine, something is like that. So which is not the right thing, right? So people needs to go to the right, let's say doctor, or follow the right treatment protocol for the better outcome. So we started doing a lot of programs. We also connected that hospital to the reimbursement market, like the Air India, then Port Trust, couple of railways. So those patients also, they started referring those their own patient, which they were not able to treat, let's say tertiary care patient, surgery patient, cardiology patient to this hospital. So this way, hospital was able to get little more patient. It's not about making money for the hospital. It's more of like giving the best of the services to the relevant patient who really needs it. So this was the one thing. Second was always there is a challenge on the supplies. So as a key account manager, I was able to work very closely with one of the hospital where I ensured that my product was getting supplied 1 week late, and that was creating a huge of business loss and trust. So we created a channel through which we started supplying within 24 hours. So if as a key account manager, people or I will understand their challenge, which is more of, let's say, therapy development, which is more of on doing the programs, which is more on the supplies. Pricing is the last thing. I really strongly believe that pricing has got a role to play, but along with pricing, a lot of value addition, what you do and bring to the table for key account, it takes you and help you in a longer run, and you keep bearing the fruit till, let's say, next 3 years, 4 years kind of a thing. So 6 month, 8 month, good job with the key account, set you in that hospital for at least 2 years.
Wow. Thank you, Mr. Pradeep. This example, I think, is very helpful to understand how, understanding your customer pain points or what his plans are, and get aligned to them to, service that customer. Thank you so much for answering this question. We talked about the challenges of your customer's business, but since you have been there in the pharma industry for almost 20 years now, what are some potential barriers or challenges that you have encountered? Means, and in your internal organization, you may have faced a challenge in, servicing a client, and how have you personally overcome them? So any examples or challenges you would like to share with all of us that you faced in servicing a client or even accessing a key account for you? Yeah.
So Swati, if I understood your mind and then could read your mind correctly, so it's all about saying that, let's say you go to a key account and there's a lot of opportunity you see, you come back to your organization and put up to the table saying that I need A, B, C, D support to grow this key account and then get this business. Yes. And suddenly you see that it's not coming through. let's say people are not convinced, investment is not made, and then supplies are not in line, and you have already committed to your key account, and now you are in a bit. What should I do now? Other side, I'm losing my relations with the key account, and one side I'm losing my business also. And these people internally, they are not understanding what I'm bringing on table is very big. So this is a pretty very typical thing with any sales organization, right? So what challenges happens, and I have faced, or I'm sure the colleagues here or the people here who are into the sales, they also may be facing the same thing sometime. So the challenge is that one is that it depends. You also need to understand where the gap starts. We come back from a customer point of view. We never look at it. So we only do outing strategy, saying that whatever is the market, let me come back and start working. But we also need to understand as a company, what is my expertise area? People also need to do in out before going to key account. Challenge is that we go to key account, and I've also made this mistake in my career progression. I go to key account, I get the question, I come back and start, let's say, discussing and say, oh, my company is bad, they're not understanding, they don't support me, so I'm not able to make sales because the investment is not there. But at the same time, if we really want to, and we genuinely want to develop relationship with key account, first also understand, take clarity from your organization. What exactly, how much we can do? How many CMEs can I do? What should be my ROI threshold point? How many training camps can I do? What pricing level can I go? Till what limit can I negotiate? Till what limit maybe my supervisor or finance head can negotiate? Also set up an SOP internally for the key account management. Take the budget, take the programs, take the approvals accordingly before going and committing. If you commit to key account and come back and don't deliver, is a big loss. So this is what a mistake usually all the people, a key account manager, they do. So my request is that before you start, understand from your company, because every company, and then today somehow this sales profession is going towards a short-term gain. So like what's happening in this month, let's say from an yearly, the people, they take yearly target, divide in monthly, but every month becomes a year. So every month you know deliver, and looks like that you are delivering a year number, and then next month starts. So this is what challenge I also faced, and this is why I'm very keen and eager to help other people. So whatever is not there in my time, whatever by my learning, at least now they can learn, they can go back to your maybe company, understand what can be done, and accordingly approach the key account. Once you develop the relation, show some kind of attraction and positive to your organization, they see some kind of a result, I'm sure they will invest. They will do little more. But first, quick wins are very, very important. So initially work on some quick win, show the traction, and then plan the bigger one. So as I say, that balance between short-term and then long-term outcome. Trust me, your company will trust, and you'll be able to make a huge business and then career here and progression.
Wow. So you shared the challenge, and you also shared the strategy, the solutions for those challenges. And I hope it resonates with all those who have actually, been in key account management. Any addition to what Mr. Pradeep said is most welcome. You can write in comments. I'll take them up. Thank you, Mr. Pradeep, for answering this one very nicely for all of us. And before opening the session for interaction and asking questions from the participants, one last question from my side about the future of key account management. You looking at the rapidly evolving landscape in pharma. Key account management is going to take up an important role. What emerging trends and future outlooks do you foresee, Mr. Pradeep?
So it's very, very relevant, right? Sometimes your present and past, they decide your future. And this goes a lot in this our industry as well. So if you see that the progression which has happened, there's a consolidation which is going on. Lot of small hospitals, they are converted into the big one. Either they are taken over by some chain hospitals, or they are opening their own branches. So let's say in one area, a small area, there were 10 hospitals. Suddenly you will see that only 2 standalone hospitals are there, and 8 hospitals are either taken by someone, or they have come together and started own group of hospitals. So it means that the decision making is getting centralized. So brain for the entire procurement is sitting at one place. Decisions are getting made at one place and followed by all other hospitals. Moving forward, and this is not only healthcare industry, everywhere this is happening, right? Every second day, third day, you see some kind of a news, some company is taken over by someone else. Company X has collaborated with company Y. Because earlier the era was about the competition. Now era is the collaboration, because everyone is expert. So it's all about getting the two expertise together, X and Y, and making X, Y for the betterment of future, betterment of employees, and betterment of healthcare. Let's say company X is good in child care management, hospital Y in good in gynae management. They come together and come up with a chain called child and gynae. So this is what is happening, and I foresee that as we move forward, you will have a more of key account management people required to manage these accounts well, to get their product entry well right in time. More than that, as we are the hub of the even see like medicine uses as well, like rare disease, multiple newer products are coming in. So those products getting access into the key account hospitals or the government setup, you need an expertise in key account who will understand, who will develop the strategy around it. And this is going to go on. So you trust me, I believe now we in month of, let's say May 23, we are discussing another maybe 2 year, 3 year down the line, you will see less medical rep and more key account management. That kind of a concept will come. Maybe this will also evolve, if I foresee rightly. This is my own individual, let's say thought. Let's say there'll be one key account manager managing one hospital and then having a medical rep covering those hospitals. Slowly that thing also will evolve. So there'll be setup of an access manager or key account manager making the entry, and then there'll be liquidation team and the relationship team working with the hospital to maintain it. So this is going to go on.
Wow. So it seems very much possible, as we are seeing the landscape of healthcare changing also, consolidation, centralized decision making. Yes. Any other thoughts from the participants who are there are most welcome. You can also tell us what you think about the future of key account management. And from now, I'm going to ask the questions from the audience. There are questions which are again coming regarding the advanced levels of key account management. So pardon me if I don't take your questions, because we will be holding more sessions, and sessions which are very, very specific to key accounts, like as Mr. Pradeep mentioned, railway accounts or airport accounts or something like that. So we will take up single single sessions on those topics. So please keep those questions parked for those sessions only. Let's talk about in general what is there in key account management in pharma today. Okay, one question which I find very, very important coming up from Mr. Vivek Singh. Please tell us some do's and don'ts for key account management. 1 or 2 or 3 do's. What should one do? And what should one not do? That is also very important for us to know, Mr. Pradeep.
Yeah. So Swati, more than do, trust me, what you don't do is very, very important, because one mistake, you lose your relationship. One mistake, your company is out of the hospital or the key account. So don't is the main is that don't overcommit. Don't commit anything what you cannot do. That's simply very critical. For time being, don't say yes. Take your time, evaluate, because once you handle the key account, there'll be multiple requirement would be keep coming in terms of investment. Multiple requirement would keep coming in any form. So please understand, don't commit before you are clear about it. You have got internal approvals. So once this is clear, then only probably you do that. So very big don't in terms of non-committal things. Second is that don't take key accounts for granted. So people, what they do, let's say I have got a good access in key account. I started developing, I have got a good relation. I started selling my product there. Then I started taking for granted. So I don't visit. I don't go there for 2 months. Trust me, competition is watching. So please set up and keep your basics within your control. So visit them regularly, connect with them regularly. Don't take them for granted. One win does not mean that one win for the life. It is not a marriage ceremony, right? It's actually, we need to be updated, keep visiting. So don't take them for granted. First was that don't overcommit, undercommit before understanding and taking the internal approvals. Third is that sometimes people, what they do, they once win the key account, they try to probably misuse it in terms of with the relation, they try to dump the stock. Don't do that. Don't make a key account a place of sales generation or dumping your stock. Make it a long-term sustainable growth place. Develop therapy by therapy. It's not a, let's say, product keeping stock. It's all about a developing relation, giving the right product to them, taking care of them very well. And now coming back to what you should do continuously, I shared in my don't only. Do is that be very clear in your vision. Give the right proposition, which is a win-win situation. Do some kind of a good long-term engagement activities with them. So create some kind of a, let's say, one of company I was with, I created a, let's say, between the corporate and government patient pool program. So we did a lot of activities around it. So be there. And then another do is that always be available for key account. Let's say be Sunday, be Saturday, be Monday. If they need you, be there. Because the key account, they give access to only few companies. They buy product from only few people, and they depend on you. So always be available for them. And these are only and only basics. So managing key account is all about the basics. Trust me. Yeah. Hope
Thank
that I
you.
answered what you are looking for. Yeah.
Yes, yes. I hope we have answered the question very precisely. And as we go ahead, we will also, take up very, very high advanced level questions also. Yeah, Mr. Pradeep, you want to say something?
One thing, I'm getting a couple of direct messages. My request would be to everyone, please put a message to PharmaState Academy team on this. I'll not be able to take up the direct messages. I'm sorry for that. Yeah.
Thank you. So we will ask questions as much as possible during this session itself. But if the questions are of next session, please park it for them. That session itself. This session is all about fundamentals. So let me take up questions which are connecting with fundamentals. One confusion to clear, or one question that has been asked is, what is the role of key account management at doctor level? Is there a role, Mr. Pradeep? What role does KAM need to play at doctor level? Is it a confusion, or is it a question I am also not clear?
No. So I'll tell you. First of all, the key account management or key account manager, as a word, we need to understand this gets used at multiple levels. One is that it differs from company to company. So now, if you go more in detail, just let me brief them a little bit, and they'll be able to correlate whomsoever has asked this question. Sometimes companies, they are more in a marketing company. They create a key account manager team to meet up the doctor, and they call it key account manager. In place of calling it a therapy manager or something, they call it key account manager. Let's say there's an oncology. So they say the key account manager team for oncology. So they meet the doctor and promote the product. Second, which is more relevant, a key account management who covers the entire hospital. They have got a role to play. So what role they have to play sometimes? So first, every hospital has got a drug formulary committee or a decision-making committee where doctor is also a part of it. So if as a key account manager, you meet the doctor, not to promote the product always, to understand if he has got any query about your product, about your company, then you can talk to the salesperson, you can speak to the marketing guy, you can speak to the medical person, align them and get him to the doctor to probably give the proper reply. So it is more about understanding the any concern or taking the buy-in for the doctor on the product, and then company, the key account manager need to meet few of the doctors who are a decision maker and part of a committee.
Okay, so now understood. They key account management will only deal with those doctors. They will talk with those doctors and answer their query who are on the important committees with which a key account manager interacts.
Yeah.
Okay, so this was a simple question I wanted to ask. Then there's a question, I don't know whether you will be answering this or not, but I'll ask, who is more important, a doctor or purchase manager?
So ideally, every time doctor is important, but I personally believe, because doctor is one who decides, but it depends on the setup. So this question is more of an account-based question. Let's say in that key account, what is the procurement methodology and then drug approval methodology. So it differs from account to account.
Okay. It differs from account to account, but I think
Yes.
both of them are important. Let's not create boundaries who is here important for your particular account. So acha, one more question which is very important, or maybe there's a confusion around it. How you differentiate key accounts management role and institutional management role? Is there a difference between institutional business and key account management business?
So ideally, again, I'll tell you the same thing. Somehow a medical rep, then professional sales executive, scientific sales executive, territory manager. So these are the frontline people they meet doctor in many of the companies. Same way is again differs from company to company what kind of an designation they are giving. Some places key account management is more of like corporate plus government setup management. Few companies institutional sales management is only and only government account management. So this exactly differs. So we need to understand what company has put up the job responsibility to that designation. But overall, per se, key account management is more of a corporate hospital and institution is more of a government hospital. This is overall what looks like to be as per a couple of major companies, but it completely differs what company has tagged the job profile to that designation.
Okay. I'll take up one or two questions and then we will open the forum for direct interaction with Mr. Pradeep and participants. Is there any criteria for selecting key account?
Just only one criteria. You need to be committed, a good salesperson, good communication, and you should be like taking okay to take the bigger responsibility other than solo only meeting the doctor. You should be open to understand and manage the complexities, open for challenges, open for taking the bigger roles. So whenever we or anyone hires the key account manager, they try to understand and put up a couple of challenging situations and then see that how the person respond to that situation. Let's say your product is not getting entry, your doctor is writing but purchase is not approving, your purchase approving but doctor is not writing, the committee is not recommending, multiple things are there.
Okay. And I think as a team, the key account management will always set up an SOP. So I think that will also help in selecting a criteria.
Yes.
It will be a
even the job profile and then the JD for key account manager and JD for a salesperson, it actually differs.
Oh, so there was a next question where they are asking that what are the key skills needed to become a key account management, and is it different from common sales rep? Please elaborate, Mr. Pradeep.
Yeah, the same thing I said that, right? If you visualize in your mind, pure sales rep, what he does, pure sales rep meets a doctor, promote the product, goes to the medical store, check if my products are getting prescribed by the doctor or not, and then goes to the, let's say, CFA or the stockist and makes the product available. Key account management is more to do with the selection process. So the multiple people they involved. If you follow a selection process and your product gets approved, so key account manager is more of maintaining the and managing the multi-level relations, like the finance, then your purchase, then your drug committee person. This key account is also more to do with the price negotiation. So how you negotiate, how you bundle your offerings, how you create a win-win situation. This also to understand what is in BATNA, like best alternative negotiation to the agreement. Key account is more of the manager is more of a collaborative person, where you are a mix between the company and then account, get the out in and in out and then come up with a strategy. So key account is more of a strategic role, and then pure sales is more of a very linear and then straightforward role.
Thank you, Mr. Pradeep, for clearing. And this is the last question that I will ask, and then the participants will interact. How key account management helps to generate business? Could you please elaborate on it more with help of an example? So very, very basic example, if you can give us, Mr. Pradeep, how this helps generate business.
So let's say there's an hospital X, 10 salesperson, they are promoting the product there, and product is not available in the formulary. Then whatever you do, you don't generate any sales. So what key account does for you, what a key account manager does for you, he try to meet all the people. He try to understand what exactly is requirement to get your product inside. try to understand the, let's say, queries and questions of the key account, put up to the right internal stakeholders and makes the product available and opens the door for you in that hospital. And then you start generating sales. Then always there'll be an issue, who does it, who takes the credit. So all sales, credit, everything is internal to the company. Basic is that you get business for the organization. That is top priority.
Wonderful. This is a very, very simple example that you have given. I hope the query is answered and we all understood how it is different from a medical sales role and how key account generates business. It opens the door for you and keeps the door open for you to do business with a long-term mindset with small wins also. So thank you, Mr. Pradeep. This was all from my side. Please raise your hands. We will take up 2 or 3 or 4 if time permits questions. And yes, we have, please raise your hand.
Swati, I have got another maybe some 5, 7, 8 minutes. I have to rush for one meeting at 12:15. Yeah.
Sure. We will wrap it up before that. So Mr. Sunil, please interact. You can unmute and ask the question directly to Mr. Pradeep. Satish, if we can unmute Mr. Sunil.
Yeah, Mr. Sunil, please unmute yourself. Just click on the unmute button and you will be able to unmute.
Mr. Sunil, we cannot hear you. Please click on the unmute button in the Zoom. Yes, now. Oh, again, it has muted. Please unmute. Yes, you can interact now.
Audible now?
Yes, Mr. Sunil.
Yeah, thanks very much for updating on the key accounts management. I think the medical representatives, they are working more on hard work than smart work. But key accounts people, they are working on aspects of smart work than hard work. That is the only difference, I think so, because they are very particular about the business working smartly, getting all products approved in the market and getting the products included in their formula, which is the basic thing in the key accounts management. And later on, the things follow up. So Mr. Pradeep can elaborate on this between hard work and smart work, between the two people who are working in the same profession as a medical representative, as a key accounts manager.
Sunilji very well said that, and this all comes with wisdom and then experience. And I'm sure you are some senior level in this pharma profession, either heading a team at top level, zonal, or maybe India level, as per my understanding goes.
Yeah.
So, as if I need to summarize this, I don't differentiate between the hard work and smart work. I strongly believe that once everyone like you, me, becomes a senior leader, you understand more is the winning mindset. So if a car needs to be run right, you need to have the engine in place. Only engine cannot run the car. You also need to have body in place so people can sit. You also need to have fuel inside. And then after that, you need to have a driver. You need a complete package. So smart and hard is, I believe, is not the relevant word in current scenario. It's more of a collaboration. So key account manager has given one role, which is a strategic role, which takes more brain and then more time in the office, meeting less customer, more time on the strategy. So it's all like you put, if you have got 8 hours to cut a tree, so 6 hours you'll sharpen your axe and then 2 hours you'll cut the tree. This is what the key account manager will do, right?
Yeah, right.
Same way, the job profile of a pharma sales on the front end is equally very important. Let's say the key account manager did the approval, but if the product does not move unless until it is a, let's say, every price volume doesn't need a product promotion, then it's a separate thing. So there's a very synergistic and collaborative approach. They need to interact a lot. The challenge with the current industry, what is facing, and I'm sure Mr. Sunil, you'll agree with me that people after some time, they don't collaborate. They oppose. Oh, I have done this, he has done this is my credit, this is his credit. Somewhere everyone as a company, a key account manager or a salesperson needs to come out of it and make your company win. If your company wins, everyone is win-win situation. You need to fight with the market and competition, not within. But unfortunately, and you can resonate, challenge is more internal than external nowadays.
Yes, you're right. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sunil. And very rightly put, I think both smart work and hard work, both are to be there at every role and every level. But yes, sharpening the X is very, very important before trying to cut the tree. Next question from Mr. Rakesh. Please unmute and yeah.
Very good morning, sir.
Good morning.
I'm audible.
Yes, very well.
Sir, I'm going to recently apply for a KM position in an international MNC. So I have two questions, sir. That presently I'm working as a sales manager in the pharma field. So I want to go to the KM. So what are the few questions, sir? What are the case studies they may give for me for attending this interview?
So I'm sorry, just to say that maybe you can just connect with me on LinkedIn, or you can connect with me through PharmaState Academy, because this is one of the very relevant and then individual question. I can actually answer. It's not the, I don't want to answer because it's very specific. I don't want to bias other people, because if I say something, all other 200 people will get biased, and tomorrow if they are appearing somewhere, they'll try to connect, because every company, every process is different. So maybe you can connect me directly through PharmaState Academy or on LinkedIn. I'm there. 100% I'll help you.
Yeah.
Sure, sir. Definitely, I need your help so that I connected.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Rakesh. There's a next hand raised from a profile which reads HRST. So I don't know the name. Please unmute and ask the question. You can unmute. Can't take the name. It's HRST. Whosoever has joined from HRST, you can unmute.
So let's move to the next
question. Yeah.
𝘠𝘀𝘀𝘠𝘠
Ganguly, please unmute and ask.
Yeah, good afternoon. Thanks for these nice presentations. I have one question because I'm in an oncology business as a sales manager. There is one confusion is always happening as a key account, that is the inclusions of the brand or the molecule in the government setup. So as per you, what is the actual role? It is a role of KAM or it is a role of trade team?
I believe, Swati, the thing is that it's more of a very company specific on the inclusion strategy. This inclusion strategy as such is very, very one entire 2-3 hours topic in the key account management. So now probably we can have a separate maybe webinar only on inclusion. So currently I'll not be able to add much value here.
Mrinmoy, we will be arranging a session related to this particular question in future. So please join us. We will discuss it at length there.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Mr. Abid Hussain. Please unmute. Yeah.
Hello. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Swati and Mr. Shukla. I'm from Uganda right now. I'm taking care of business development for entire Africa with Prince Pharma. We are African-based company. Okay. Now my question is, like in trading this pharma business, we have a commercial manager. I see it's a similar role he or she play while procuring the order from especially the government institutions where NHIS health insurance market is there. Now, do you think, Mr. Shukla, that we need to coordinate with our PMT also in this engagement? That's my question.
So I'll try to give the answer, because the Uganda and then other countries, it all depends on the government scheme and then procurement. I do not have much expertise there because I have not worked in those markets. But I strongly believe that this is more of an opportunity based. I'll try to even maybe correlate. Let's say if the places where you're putting for the approval, the healthcare committee, and your technical advisor, one is the marketing PMT and other is a doctor. In my experiences, I've seen that they played a lot of role in terms of pushing through the inclusion or convincing the internal stakeholder. Even once I also had to attend one of the stakeholder meeting at some minister level to discuss on some public-private partnership. I involved my marketing and then doctor's team, because doctor is more of a therapy and giving the right uses and then indication for the product. And then marketing point of view, more to ensure that the product is moved and goes in the right kind of an indication, and then right kind of value added program can be added, which adds the lot of business sense, and also adds a lot of individual patient outcome. So my request would be, you can evaluate and then check that what value add can be done on PMT, and you can check about this option. If I'll be there in place, I will certainly doing it.
Thank you, Mr. Shukla. Thank you, Ms. Swati.
Thank you, Mr.
Have a nice.
Wishing you the same, and thank you for joining in and giving us your knowledge, your questions, through your questions also. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Swati,
Yeah.
there are a lot of questions, and then I see a lot of hands raised. So probably you can create some channel where they can maybe post this call also. They can put up their question, and either through, let's say, a separate webinar only for half an hour to answer the question, or through email we can actually answer them.
We will arrange.
I hardly have got another 5 minutes more. I have to catch up with some meeting.
Yeah.
Sure, Mr. Pradeep, what we will do, we will do another webinar with all the questions that we have collected.
Yeah.
So that will, I think, help every one of us. Dear participants, I will have to stop the session for today. It's just stopping the session for today. So there are next sessions, more sessions scheduled on the same topic. So please join us there. And also asking people who already have experience in KAM to join in and have discussions on these topics. So
maybe one day what you can do, as you rightly said, that we can keep, let's say, 30 minutes or 45 minutes only on Q&A. Will not have any presentation, anything. So that will be much better, because everyone is experience here. What I can see that with the questions and then interaction. So that would, I believe, add a lot of value.
Last question, Mr. Pradeep, we will take it as a first question in the next session. So please, please bear with us and stay with us. We will surely answer these questions in the next sessions. Thank you, Mr. Sri Vishnu, Mr. Prakash, and Mr. Rajan, who raised their hands, but we couldn't give time to answer those questions. We'll take the questions in the next sessions, your comments also. So, Mr. Pradeep, I'll also request you to please take out time and more time for these sessions, because generally our sessions go for 1.5 hours. So next time we will coordinate and set up some more time for this session. Thanking Mr. Pradeep for bringing us this wonderful knowledge on key account management for all of us who's joined today. And thanks the participants who are taking out time on their Sundays and joining us and discussing the topic in detail with us. Please give us your feedback. Your certificates will reach you by Wednesday. And that is all from my side. Last comments from Mr. Pradeep for today.
No, same thing, Swati. Thanks a lot. It's not about the participant or I taking out time. You and your team is also taking out time. And I'm sure last 1.5 months, you all have worked very hard in communicating to the people to join this. So thanks a lot. It has been a great interacting with this so energetic and then very fresh mind people who are looking for growth in their career. Hope that with my experience, I could add some value to them. But there's a commitment and promise as we move forward, we'll keep little more relevant topics. However, my request would be the questions should be related to only to the market. Will not go in very specific in terms of a company or anything. We'll keep more of learning from both the ways. And I'm very thankful. Thanks a lot, everyone. Thanks a lot, Swati and your entire team. It was a pleasure being here. Thank you. Have a great Sunday.
Thank you, Mr. Pradeep. Best of luck for your meeting. And thank you all the participants for joining us and being there. We will keep bringing more sessions now. I hope the financial year is over, all the business is a bit over for all of you, and you would be available to attend sessions and be a part of our discussions. Thank you so much. Yeah, so we will close the session within a few minutes. You can click on the feedback link, give us your feedback, and leave the session also.